Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Laravel Hospital Management System project tutorial. Now in the previous tutorial we did the email verification and also the forgot password part. Now in this tutorial we are going to have a send mail option in this appointment page, and if the admin click the send mail button from here, then it will take admin to another page where admin can write message to the user, and that message will be sent to the user's email. So for it we directly need to go the views, then admin, then show appointment.blade.php, and if we go down here you can see the approve and cancel button or cancel column. So let me just copy this table header, Ctrl C, and I'll paste over here, and here I am going to say send mail, and we'll go down and over here you can see a td. So let me just copy this td, Ctrl C, and paste over here. Right now here we're going to say send mail, and let me just change the button class over here. Let's just say primary, and let me save it. Now we'll go to our browser, and if we refresh we'll have a send mail button over here, as you can see. So when the admin click this button, it will take the user's or customer ID and take the admin to another page where the admin can write the message. So for it, let me just go back to our code, and here you can see appoint ID, and in the URL we are going to say let's say email view. So let me save it, and we are also having a appoint ID over here. So let me just explain. If the admin click this send mail button, it will get the ID of this customer. So right now we need to create this URL email view. So let me just go to route, then web.php, and here we are just going to copy a route. Let me just copy this route get, Ctrl C, then Ctrl V, and it will be email view. Let's say email view. So we will also have the ID, and we need to also mention the function name. We'll say email view as well. Let me save it. Now we'll go to admin controller and create this email view. So directly go to app http controllers, then admin controller. Let me just go down, and here we are just going to say public function, let's say email view, and let's also say over here $id, and inside it first of all we will return the view. So let's say return view, and inside it we are going to say admin dot, let's just say email underscore view. So so first of all we need to create this email view. So now we'll go to our admin folder, admin, then right click on it and then click new file, and here we are going to say email underscore view dot blade dot php. So Ctrl S and save. So I'm just going to copy some code from our let's say add doctor.blade.php. So from here, so let me just copy everything, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and I'll paste everything in the email underscore view, Ctrl V, Ctrl S. So if you just refresh over here, and if we just click this send email button, here you can see it took us on a view, but there is no CSS over here, but you can see the input field over here. So let me just go back to our email underscore view, and we'll directly go at the top, and inside this head we are just going to say base, then inside href we need to give slash public, we need to give slash public. If we miss the slash, then it will not work. So let me save it, and if we refresh now, you'll see a popper view. So over here you can see a popper view. So here you can see some input field and like select option and the image option, but we do not require everything. We'll just keep only few of them. So let me just modify it a little bit. So let me just go down, and here you can see name, phone number, and I'm going to just remove this select part. So let me just remove this div specialty part. So I'm going to remove this specialty. Then I am also going to remove this image part. So let me now save it and let me just refresh here. So we have only 3 parts. So in the mail we'll send our user a greeting, then a body part, then we'll have a give a action like we'll also send the user a link so that the user can click it and like see various things by that using that link. And we'll also have like a regard option over here. So let me just modify it. Let's go back to our code, and here you can see doctor name. So let me just remove it and we'll say here greeting, and here the name equal to greeting, let's say. And after greeting, let's say we have the mail body. So let's just say here body, and the name equal to body, it will be body, and the input type will be text. And after this, let me just remove the placeholder. And after body, let's say we'll have a like action URL, let's say action text. I will explain it later what is action text. And let's say name equal to action text, and let me just copy this, Control C and Control V. Now this one will say action URL. So here name equal to action URL, and we'll write one more things, and let's just say over here the mail in part. So let's say in part, mail in part, and it will be text, and let's say name equal to int part. So let me now save it, and if we just refresh here, you can see we have greeting, then the body, mail body, action text, action URL, and the mail in part. So now we have the basic structure is ready to send our email. Now this is actually really basic. We just create some input field over here. So now in order to send email, we need to write some command, and over here you can see 3 command over here. The first command is PHP addition notification clone table. So if we run this command in our command prompt, then it will create a table in our migration. So now let me just copy this, Control C, and now we'll go to our project. Then let me just write over here cmd, and if we just paste it, PHP addition notifications clone table, and if we press enter, you can see migration created successfully. Now if you go to our code, and then if you go to our database, then migration, and inside it you can see a table, create notification table over here. So we do not have to modify anything over here. So once we run that command, run this command, we need to run the second command, which is PHP addition migrate. So let me just say over here, PHP artisan migrate, and if we press enter, it will migrate our notification table. So now if we go to our database, and let me just refresh over here. So here you can see we have another table called notification. So if you just click it, you can see some data over here. So now we'll run the third command, which is PHP addition make notification my first notification. Now this is a name. Now you can give any name over here. So let me just go to our command prompt. So here I'm just going to say PHP artisan make clone notification. Then I will say, let's say our name will be send email notification. You can give any name you want. So if we press enter, you can see notification created successfully. Now if you go to our code, and if you go at the top, you can see that inside our app you will find a new folder called notification, and inside this notification folder you have send email notification.php. Now here you can see that some mail related things, so we need to modify some things over here. So here first of all we are going to declare a variable, and it's going to be private. So let's say private, let's say dollar. So let me say details, And after this, inside this public function const, we are going to say dollar details, and inside this we are going to say dollar this arrow sign details equal to, let's say, dollar details. Now we need to go down, and over here you can see public function to mail notifiable, and after that we have return new mail message. Now here you can see line action line, only 3 input field, but you can have multiple of them. So let me just copy one of them, Control C, and let me just show you, Control V, and here we are just going to say, let's say, greeting. So we are going to say in over here greeting, and let me just remove this line from here, and inside this first bracket we'll say dollar this arrow sign details, and we'll give 2 third bracket, and inside it let me just say greeting. So after greeting, let's just say over here, let's say this one will be for the body. So let me just copy this one, Control C and Control V, and here we are going to say in this variable body, and after body we have the action. Now in action, the first one org as a text, action text, and the second one org as a URL. So let me just paste it over here, and we are going to say here action text, and after this we are going to give a comma, and we are going to paste the same things again, and this one over here will say action URL. Now the first one always in this action, the first one consider as a text, and the second one consider as a URL, and this is the last line. So let me just remove it, Control V, and instead of getting, let's just say int part, and let's save it, Control S. So now we'll go to our email underscore view.blade.php, and we'll go at the top, and here you can see a form action equal to some URL is given over here, and we do not require enc type over here. So we need to give a URL name over here, let's say here send email, and we also actually need to send the ID to which user we want to send this specific mail. So if we just go back to our browser, and if you go to appointments again, over here you can see that when we click the send email, we are coming over here. So we also need to catch that specific email ID. So for it we need to go to our admin controller again, and here you can see we are returning the email view from here. So let me just say here declare a variable over here. So let's just say $data is equal to our table name, which is appointment, then double clone, let's find $id, and we are going to just say here comma compact, and inside it we are just going to say data. So over here using this ID we are getting the specific user appointment and store it in this $data variable, and sending that specific data to our email view. And if we go to our email view.blade.php, so we can just write over here $data this arrow sign ID. So now we can send that specific ID to our specific route. So now we'll go to our web.php, and this time we'll copy this route, Control C, Control V. Now the route type will be post, since we want to send all those data to our controller. So now here we are just going to say in this URL we are going to say send email, and we also need to mention the function name. Let's say it will be send email as well. So let me save it, and this time we'll go to our admin controller again, and we are going to say here again public function send email, and we are going to say request $request, then we need to give a comma and then $id. So let's keep 2-second bracket, and first of all we will find the specific user. So let me just say over here again, let's just declare a variable dollar data is equal to appointment table double clone find, and inside it we'll say dollar id. And after this we need to declare another variable, let's say dollar details, then equal we need to give two third bracket, and then we'll give a semicolon over here, and inside this dollar details we are going to write some code. So first, if we go to our send email notification, here you can see we declared some variable kind of thing over here. You can see greeting, then body, then action text, action url, in part. So we are going to mention all those things in our controller. So we are going to just go to our admin controller and say over here greeting is equal to, and we'll say dollar request and this arrow sign. And if we now go to our email underscore view.blade.php, and here you can see the label greeting, and here you can see that our name is equal to greeting. So whatever the admin write in this text, it will be sent uh, over here. So we are going to say greeting, and after greeting let me just check again, we have the body, action text, action url, and in parts. So let me just copy this one, control c, and let me paste it 4 times on 2 3 4. So the second one will be body. So let me just remove it and directly say here body, and after body we have the let's say action text, and after action text we have the action url, and the last one was in part. Let's say here in part. Oh, I did a mistake over here. There won't be any semicolon, it will be actually comma. So let me just remove it, comma, and here comma as well. And we do not have to give any comma for the last part, and we also need to give a arrow sign after this equal. So let me just give this arrow, or you can say is greater than sign. So after this we need to say, so now here we need to say notification, and to double clone send, and inside this first bracket we need to say this dollar data. Here we just mention over here dollar data. So dollar data, then we need to give a comma, and after this we need to say new. And here you can see that our this file name is send email notification .php. So here we just need to say send email notification, and we need to give first bracket to first bracket, and inside it we need to say this dollar details, control c, then control v, and we need to end it with a semicolon. And since we are using a notification and also this send email notification, so we need to add them at the top. So here at the top we need to say use notification, and after this we will say use app backslash notifications backslash send email notification. So here you can see that we write app notification backslash email notification. If you go to app, then you will find a notifications folder, and inside notifications we have send email notification.php. So after sending the email, we want to stay on the same page. So we'll say return redirect to first bracket this arrow sign, let's say back. So let me just save it, and let's go back to our browser, and let me just refresh over here. And let's say we want to send them email to this email address. But before that, I just want to mention one more things. If you go to our .env, you can see that we have our mailer equal to SMTP. We already set up our email over here. So in order to send email notification, you need to set up your .env mailer option over here. So you can see mail mailer equal to SMTP, mail host period equal to smtp.gmail.com. We have a mail port which is 465, and we have a mail username which is yaminshakil7 at the rate of gmail.com, and we have, and you also need to give the mail actual password, your mail actual password. Then the mail encryption is SSL, and mail form address is actually same on as the username, and mail form name I mean what will be your the mail name. So from here we just write from hospital. So once you if you are using this mail, then you need to go to your mail, that certain mail. Then here you can see yaminshakil7 at the rate of gmail.com. Then you need to go to manage your Google account, and then you have to go to security, and if you go down here you can see less secure app access, which is on. If it is not turned on, then you have to make it turn on. Okay, so by default it is turned off, so you have to have it on, just like me. So once you have it, you will be able to send email notification. So let me just click over here, send mail. So here at the top you can see email view, and there is also ID which is 6. So here I am going to say in the greeting, hi from me. In the body, this is my Laravel email, and let's say in the action text, subscribe this channel, and let me just copy this URL. Now this is my channel, YouTube channel URL, so I'll paste it over here, and let's say in part will be thanks for watching. Now if you click submit, it will send a mail to my that certain email. So it's saying that something is missing in our models, appointment models. So for it, let's go to our appointment. Sorry, let's go to our models, then appointments, and here we need to use over here inside this class. We'll say use notifiable, and we also need to add one more line at the top. So let me just go to user.php, and over here we're just going to copy this line, use illuminate backslash notification backslash notifiable. So control C, and I'll paste it inside appointment model. So control V, and so let's save it. Now let's go back to our browser, and let's just go back over here, and if you just click submit button, here you can see that the page reload is complete. Now if you go to our email, and if we here you can see we received an email notification, and if you click it, here you can see hi from me, this is my Laravel email body, and here you can see a subscribe this channel, a button option, and thanks for watching. And if we click this subscribe this channel, it will take you to my channel. Here you can see this is my channel, that this is the link I give over there. So we should also show a message that the email is sent is successful. So for it, let's go back to our code, and we'll go to our admin controller.php, and here we are just going to give this arrow sign. We'll say with, just like before we are going to say message, then we'll give a comma, and then here we'll say email send is successful. So let's save it, and we'll go to our let me just show you. We'll go to our email view.blade.php, and if you go at the top, here you can see we already copied this if session message part. Over here we have the message. If there's any message, then it will print out the message, and there is also a close button to close this message. So let me just save it again, and let me just refresh it over here, and let's over here just say hi from the hospital, and let's say you can come tomorrow at 9 p.m. and let's say check out this link, and let's give the URL, and let's say thanks. Okay, so now if we click submit, we'll see a message over here, email send is successful. And if we go to our email again, and let me just refresh over here. You can see we receive another email. If you click it, you can see you can come tomorrow at 9 p.m. check out these links, and thanks. So this is all for this tutorial, and thanks for watching. I hope you understand everything that I tried to say it in this tutorial. I tried my best to make this tutorial as easy as possible, but if you find anything hard, or if you find anything confusing, then let me know in the comment section. I will try to give you the most easiest and the most proper solution. And thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe this channel for getting notification of the future Laravel content. And stay tuned and stay healthy.